The UK government just introduced a new visa route for immigrants effective from 30th of May 2022, and with this visa you don't need a sponsorship, you don't need to get a job before you can apply for this visa. All you need to do is to meet the requirements and apply. Then you get a visa if you're eligible. And one good thing about this visa is the fact that you can come into the UK with your dependents. If you think this will interest you, stay tuned to the end of the video. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Daniel. I'm an international student in the UK and I share videos on how to relocate abroad. So if this is the first time coming across my YouTube channel, please click on the red subscribe button below. Trust me, it's going to be worth your time. I've got amazing content that you're going to find resourceful. And for my returning subscribers, you guys are amazing. You guys are the reason why I keep sitting in front of the camera to make videos weekly. And thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. Over the past years, the UK government have introduced various kind of visa categories for immigrants to relocate to the UK. And one of the things that stand out as regards to this visa I'm going to be talking about in this video is the fact that with this visa, you don't need to get a job to sponsor your visa. Now, what do I mean? Many of the visas introduced by the UK government require you to get a job, then the job act as a sponsor. The job must also have the requirements to, apply for a certificate of sponsorship. Then if the if your employer has a certificate, then your employer can stand as a sponsor. Now, majority of the visa introduced by the UK government, starting from the scale-up visa to the graduate route to the scale-up visa, the tier 2 visa, all of those visas require you to have like a sponsor, that is like get a job in the UK before you can apply for some of this visa. However, for the visa I'll be talking about in this video, you don't need to get a job, you don't need to get a sponsorship, you don't need to get an employer to act as your sponsor. All you need to do is just to meet with the requirements, and that's one of the good things that stand out about this visa. And with this visa, you're able to get about 2 to 3 years settlement, like 2 to 3 years visa to stay in the UK legally. And if you're in the UK on this visa, you're allowed to take up any employment, you're allowed to work as a self-employed, you're allowed to set up businesses, you're allowed to work whichever kind of work you're interested in as much as you're on this visa I'll be talking about in this video. And also, one of the good things about this visa is the fact that you are allowed to bring in your dependent. That is, on this visa you can come into the UK with your wife, come into the UK with your family. That's one of the good things about this visa. But one of the major clauses about this visa is the fact that this visa is only issued once. It means that you don't have the capacity to to renew this visa. So you want to get this visa for 2 years or 3 years, that's it. You can't renew this visa. And also this visa, the duration at which you get for this visa is basically dependent on the class of degree, the level of degree you've got. So if you've got like a BSc or a master's or a PhD degree, it will determine if you're going to get a 2 years or a 3 years on this visa. Now, what is this visa I'm talking about? This visa is known as the high potential individual visa. Now, this particular visa is introduced by the UK government and is expected to be effective from the 30th of May 2022. And one of the things about this high potential individual route is that it's a bit similar to the graduate route. However, it is being offered to recent graduates of top ranking universities outside the United Kingdom, and this route opens from the 30th of May 2022. Now, as I said earlier on, this particular visa stands out because you don't need to get an employer before you can apply for this visa. So you don't need to get a job to apply for this visa. Now, however, you need to graduate from one of the top ranking universities outside the UK. So if you graduate from universities in the UK, you are not eligible for this visa. However, if you're a graduate of some of the universities I'll be mentioning later in this video, then you have the eligibility to apply for this visa or this route known as the high potential individual route. Now, one of the things about this visa is that you'll be given permission to stay in the UK for 2 or 3 years depending on your degree level, and will be allowed to take up employment without sponsorship, set up a business or work as self-employed. Now, one thing about this visa is the fact that now for graduates, for graduates in the UK, like for instance like me, if I'm to get a job in the UK and stay, I have to get a job with an employer that has the capacity to sponsor my visa. Now, however, if you're on this particular visa, you can take up any job without necessarily requiring sponsorship. So you can take up any job. And also for someone like me who's on tier 4, I'm not permitted to work as a self-employed individual. But if you're on this particular visa known as the high potential individual visa, you're allowed to take up a job and also set up businesses for yourself. So now, as I said earlier on, the visa is only granted once and will not be available to those who already had the graduate route. Now, say for instance, for someone like me that is currently studying in the UK, after, let's say for adventure, after my study in the UK, I decided to go for the graduate route, which is also known as the post study visa. If I decide to go for the post study visa, I can't take up let's for instance, now I take in the post-study visa for 2 years, and probably before I came to the UK, I studied in one of the top ranking university. I'm not eligible to apply for this particular visa because I've gone through the graduate route. So what the visa is all about is it's only granted once, and it will not be available for those who have already had their graduate route. Now, also, as I said earlier, also that this particular visa allows you to come into the UK with your dependent, your wife, and your children. Now, the next question is, what are the qualifying universities, global university list? And as I said earlier on, one of the major requirements for this visa is to ensure that you have like a certificate, a BSc, a master's, or a PhD from some of the qualifying universities. That's all you need to apply for this visa. And also, it's also stated that the list will be published by the Home Office on the UK website, which is the gov.uk, and it will be complied once a year. Now, the list will include overseas universities that are ranked in the top 50 of at least 2 of the following 3 ranking systems. The first one is the Times Higher Education World University Rankings. The second one is the Kwakeli Simons, and also the third one is the Academic Ranking of World Universities. Now, these are the ranking system that will be used to determine if your university is part of the eligible universities. And one thing is that your university must be at least 2 of the 3 that I just mentioned now. So let's say, for instance, you graduate from University of Ontario, for instance. Let's say University of Ontario is part of the highly ranked global university, and you can only find University of Ontario in Times Higher Education World university rankings, and it's not in the other 2. Then it means that you are not eligible if you are a graduate from this particular university. But because for you to be able to apply, your university must be ranked top 50 in at least 2 of the 3 ranking system I just mentioned. And it's also stated that the university has to be on the list for the year of graduation. It is expected that the list will go back 5 years, and a new list will be added each year after introduction of the route. It means that the UK government or the Home Office will constantly update this list yearly. So let's say, for instance, we are applying in 2022. Now, the list might actually be different from what you're going to see on the UK government website in 2025. So there will be like an update on the list on the UK government website. So if you're applying in 2022, you need to check out the list. If you're applying in 2023, you need to check out the list regularly. Now, the next question now is the degree requirements and the period of grant. Now, the degree has to be awarded within 5 years of application. So it means that before you can apply for this route, let's for instance, the route is going to take effect from the 30th of May 2022. So it means that you can only apply if you graduated from any of these universities in the last 5 years. So if you're applying from, let's say, 2017, so if you graduated 2017 till date, that's when you can apply. So if you graduated probably 2016, 2012, or 2010, you're not eligible for this visa. So it means that the degree has to be awarded within 5 years of the application, and the degree can be in any discipline but has to be equivalent to not less than UK bachelor's degree. So if you're applying, let's say for instance you went to one of the top or global universities, and what you studied there was just like a P degree, like a pre-diploma, then you're not eligible for this visa. It means that your qualification or your degree, or should I say the discipline you studied or the course you studied must be equivalent to the UK bachelor's degree. And also graduates with a bachelor's degree or master's degree will be given 2 years visa, while graduates with a PhD or another doctoral level qualification will be given 3 years. So for BSc and Masters, you get 2 years, while for PhD, you will be given 3 years. Now, for you to apply for this visa, one of the requirements is the English language requirement. So you need to provide evidence of English language proficiency. Now, so unless the degree was taught in English, the applicants will need to pass an acceptable English language test offered by an approved language test provider to at least B1 level in 4 components, that is the writing, reading, speaking, and listening. And one of the most popular approved language test provider is IELTS. So I usually tell people, if you're planning to relocate abroad, either UK or Canada or United States, one of the things, especially if you're applying for, or you're a citizen of one of the developing countries, one of the things that you need to ensure you have on the ground is your IELTS result, that is your English language proficiency results, either IELTS or TOEFL. You need to have them on ground so that when opportunity comes, you are actually prepared for it. And most of these exams are valid for 2 years. So if you probably pay a few, hundreds of pounds to apply for these exams, have your results on ground, when opportunity comes, it meets you prepared. You know what I mean? So if you're applying on a degree taught in English, you will need a certificate from the awarding body or a transcript issued by the university or an official letter from the university. If the degree was awarded outside the UK, you will need confirmation from ECTIS. I'm going to put the link in the description to check it out, that the qualification meets the required standard of a UK bachelor's, master's, or doctorate degree. So you need to ensure that you have the English language proficiency before you can apply for this visa. So you need IELTS. You don't need to get a job to sponsor your visa. However, you need an IELTS with results. Now, another thing is the financial requirements. Most of the visas in the UK, there's always a financial requirement, because one of the things the UK government tries to avoid is allowing immigrants to come into the UK and they are unable to meet up with their financial obligations. It's no longer news. I've said this a couple of times on this YouTube channel, that living in the UK is actually costly. Like, it's expensive living in the UK, and the UK government, they know this, so they always want to ensure that people coming to the UK have the financial capacity to meet up with their financial obligation. So the financial requirement for this visa is that if you're an applicant and you've lived in the UK for at least 12 months, in, let's say, in another immigration category, let's say for instance, probably you were once a student in the UK, or basically if you've lived in the UK for 12 months, you do not have to meet the financial requirements. So you don't need to have any funds in your account before you can apply for this visa. However, if you're applying from outside the UK and you're just coming to the UK to move on into the UK on this visa, then you're required to have at least £1,270 or the equivalent in your currency in your bank account. So, and how can you know the equivalent? You need to check on Oando website. I'm going to put the link in the description also. Check on Oando website to check the exchange rate, the prevailing exchange rate as at the time of your application, and you're required to have this fund in your account, your bank account, for at least 28 days prior to the date of the application. So if you're applying on the 1st of May 2022, or it's going to start 30th of May, so let's say you're applying on the 1st of June 2022, you need to have had the account 28 days before. So probably from the 2nd of May, the funds must have been in your account before you can apply. And also, this financial requirement is not only limited to the primary applicant. This also involves the dependents also. So if you're coming to the UK with your dependent, and your dependent if your dependent have been in the UK more than 12 months, then you don't need to meet the financial requirement for your dependent. However, if your dependents are just coming to the UK with you on this visa for the first time, then they need to meet up with the financial requirements. Now, you need to have at least £285 for your partner, and you must have £315 for the first child, and £200 for each additional children. So if you're coming to the UK with, let's say for instance, a family of 5, you, your wife, and 3 children, it means that for you as a primary applicant, you must have £1,270, then plus the financial requirement for your wife, which is going to be plus £285, and for your first child is going to be £315. Then your other 2 children, you need to add £400 for the two children. You know, the sum of it will be the amount you need to have in your bank account for at least 28 days before your date of application. So that's the financial requirement. Now the next thing is switching to this route inside the UK. If you are already in the UK, like someone like me who's already in the UK, now both the main applicant and dependent can switch into this route from another immigration category, that tier 2, tier 1 or tier 4, whichever immigration category you belong to, without leaving the UK, with the exception of visitor, short-term students, those who have been granted leave to remain outside the immigration rule, parents of a child at school, and domestic worker visa holders. So these are people that cannot actually switch to this visa category. So if you're on any of those visa category, if you're on visitors visa, short-term student visa, and many more, you are not eligible to apply for this visa. So this will be the end of this video. I hope you find this video resourceful. If you do, please click on the like button, state your questions in the comment section, and if you're coming across my YouTube channel for the first time, trust me, it's going to be worth your time. Please click on the red subscribe button to join this growing family. And for my returning viewers and subscribers, you guys are amazing. You guys are the real deal. Thank you for the love. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the likes, for watching my videos, for sharing my videos. I really do appreciate you guys. So this will be the end of this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.